Well, here we are on the, this is actually the starboard side, which ironically they call their best side on carriers, of the USS Midway. The reason they called the port side was historically that was the better side to view. Actually, I like both of them pretty much the same. Like I say, they've really cleaned up this wonderful Midway since I saw her in Bremerton. And we're going to try to, since the internet connection is too slow for Periscope, we're going to try to capture this for you for later viewing. This is going to be the first time that I've been on board this ship since almost to the day in 1988. 1988, I left the ship. Last time I actually saw her overseas was in the Gulf War. I was on the EP-3s flying over 4 carriers, and this one was pretty easy to spot, mainly because it was bobbing up and down, left and right.
Welcome aboard. Hi, welcome to Midway.
Thanks. All right. Just don't make me do cleaning stations today. I'll be happy.
I'll do the stairs.
Can we walk up the stairs? I'm sorry, the ladder? Okay. Yeah, all these years of civilian life killed me. No smoking anywhere on the ship. Well, that's going to be something new for me. I think the ship's store used to have cigarettes for 55 cents when I was there. Feels kind of strange coming up the forward brow. Oh, thank you. Here we go. Sullivan arriving. Yep, there she is.
Do you have one, sir?
Yes.
I'll have you right over here with Amanda, please. You have a nice day today.
You can't do free roaming if we used to be on here? Okay.
Do you want a photo, please?
No, it's okay. All right, here's Hangar Bay 1. Actually, that's where Bob Hope was when him and Steve Greenwood and everybody was here. In this area right here. It's actually accessed up to the island. I got a really funny story to tell sometime about something that happened right here, underway, coming through the same area we were just on. Long story short, some commander came out from right in here, not here, but a little bit further back, and pretty much almost got himself shot because he was a lieutenant commander. I know his name, but I'm not going to call him out. And he came out from right here while they were staging for some movement of weapons, I guess, and almost got himself shot because he reached up for his collar pins to say, "I'm a lieutenant commander." And the Marines almost thought he was trying to pull a gun. That'll take you up to the island. Here we are entering Hangar Bay 2. Actually, the way to get to where I used to live, I don't know how far they're going to let me go on this thing today. There's a little hatch over here. And that hatch will take you straight down to the...
Distributed all of the mail for its family.
This hatch right here would take you down to the mess decks. And I lived right underneath the mess decks. And just taking a guess, it looks like they're not going to be letting me down there right now. That was my way to my berthing compartment. And this is the mess decks right underneath us. Like I said, I don't know how much they're going to let us see today. Maybe I can work out something, but it's kind of the wrong day to do this. And here on Hangar Bay 2 is actually, this in itself is, between Hangar Bay 1 and 2 is larger than many U.S. ships, just really huge. This is a pretty cool model, actually, of what everything looks like from underneath the ship. I was just here. That's the view you never want to see, either because you're coming in too low or you just fell overboard. This is actually the Midway as she existed before they put the landing deck on it. Spent a whole lot of time in here. Now this is all brand new through here. This is actually the I guess ADA improvements they made. But I guarantee I'm going to do a lot of before and after shots from the ones I already know I have. I have literally thousands and thousands of pictures of the Midway videos and everything else. So one of these days. Let me show you the back part of the ship later. That's like I tell the Midway, I know this place inside and out, so hopefully they'll let me go around as much as I can, but I can already tell getting down to the mess decks is going to be harder than it looks. Such a shame. I wish they let me go down there, but I guess not. It's really amazing to me so far how much has been shut off. It's like being stuck at general quarters in the hangar bay and trying to get to where you need to go. Famous Roger Hitchcock. Some interesting stories to tell you about the conflag sometime. This really was a in use, one of the few ladders that was here. But it looks like, as is the case for most of the Midway, area closed. I could not only navigate this ship doing 12-degree rolls at sea, going up and down, bobbing like a cork, but I've done it drunk. On the first day out to sea from a lovely experience called Liberty. Well, this is the area where actually the steam was, where they actually piped this into the catapults. So really just a fancy hot water heater. They had this one for Cat 2 and one for Cat 1. And unfortunately, as I said before, looks like all the access down to the flight deck, or to the, this will actually take you down to the weapons station. The one back there will take you down to the mess decks, but it looks like they're not going to entertain letting guests go anywhere on the ship today. Oh yeah, that was also the, back here was also the forward mess decks underneath this ladder here. Now these, ladies and gentlemen, are what they call knee knockers. And actually, we used to have to get sandpaper out every day on this ship. And actually, they call them knee knockers for a reason, if you can't tell, but we used to actually have to take sandpaper out. Not particularly these square ones, but the rounded ones that you're going to see a little bit forward through here. Oh yeah, well, guess what? I remember this guy, but I have to send back some of my stuff. If you see the rounded knee knockers, those are the ones that you actually had to take sandpaper to, but these square ones are for hatches. Supposedly this is the berthing area, and it's pretty close to what it was. They actually did have berthing up here. Not as I remember, but I do remember. As you can tell here, we're at the actual, getting close to the forward part of the ship. I've got a funny story to tell you about Midnight Mass and Bob Hope. Father Kelly was actually doing the Midnight Mass, really nervous, and he started to feel much better up here in the forecastle when Bob Hope was snoring. There is actually a window up here. It's not a window, it's a porthole, but you could actually sneak up here and watch the jets take off. This is the actual forecastle.
Actually, Fall River, Massachusetts. Oh, yes, yes. I know that they have the USS Massachusetts. They also have a submarine there now,
You can actually come down here on a snow Sunday morning and actually just stick your head right up there and look out. Like I said, there's one up forward. That was not here.
Hey guys, no running, it's not safe because you fall down. I'll be crying along with you.
Hey, like I said, don't feel bad. When I was on this ship, they made me run.
Alright, this is the one I need, right?
Now these chain links are about 137 pounds. There's 10 shots of chain, 90 foot per shot. That's how they're manufactured. We use a link like the link over there, the blue one, a replaceable link to connect 90 foot shots of chain together to give us 10 shots on both sides. So we got 900 feet of chain down the chain line. That's the anchor down there.
Wow. And it's even golden now, isn't it? I saw that.
It's painted gold because the last recruiting cycle the ship went through.
It did good?
Top recruiter.
Oh, when I was on board, we had the we had the gold anchor back in '88.
Yeah, they just kept it painted gold
Cool.
when they got the ship.
Love it, love it.
So you can drop this anchor, how many, what's the maximum amount of water?
You got 900 feet of chain.
Oh, okay, alright, well, I answered that question.
You can't drop 900 feet of chain.
You want to hear a funny story?
The problem is that you got to have chain.
When Bob Hope was on board, Father Kelly had Midnight Mass up in here.
So
He actually had it in the forecastle.
this ship could be
And
about
Father
60
Kelly was
feet
so
apart.
nervous because he had the celebrity at Midnight Mass with him.
Drop that 70
And he
feet,
was
then
just
you back
shaking.
the
And,
ship down.
you know, the ship was always rolling all the time anyway back then. But when he started hearing snoring, he's like,
Of chain.
put Bob Hope right out.
Way over there, and you're pulling.
And on Sundays, we used to actually sneak up here and see the F-18s take off. We could actually see them out the porthole here. And a lot of my pictures were actually from here. So I actually used to sit right here, and right over my head, you'd see F-18s taking off, just looking at their butt taking off. This is actually the front, the bow of the ship. I'm very pleased actually to let me come this far and But it says V2 catapults. You can believe it. Even on this ship, you wouldn't want to go anywhere near in there. In fact, the catapult itself ended right here. So there's all inertia taking on out. Looks like they actually have plexiglass here now. They do. Because it wouldn't be hard at all to fall out there, and people have. So the sad thing is I really can't sneak out my camera and show you around. Darn it. Not quite gonna make it. Well, you can see the shadow. Yeah, we used to spend a lot of time up here just looking at, watching the bow go, watching the wave goes by. But they've covered up the plexiglass, so I really can't put the window out.
This is about 35 feet to the water. Got up here. This is the 01 deck.
That's actually
This is the 02 deck.
the original signs.
The flight deck is the 03 deck. So this deck right above it is secondary con. It's where the executive.
And this is for the number 2 catapult.
If the captain got killed on the bridge, he would take over running the ship. Here, there's a wheel here. There's radios and remotes for radios. And they got a radar repeater in there. They got portholes to look out. They can see which direction the ship is going. If they get killed, somebody, the next major officer will be running back for the rudder.
This is all original.
Somebody will be out on the outer deck. Might be yelling orders out.
I'm gonna have to stop it here. It's a good, actually, place to stop. This lagging is all really good shape.
So that's what happened. Paul, notice you got frame J through 21. Okay. Well, A, B, C.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it here. We're at the actual very bow of the ship. And as this gentleman is explaining, none of this was here on the original ship. It was all added on later.
There, back to that one.